everyone, today I am here and I am showing you some do's and some don'ts of pinup makeup. As you can see, I have done half of my face how I usually do it and half of my face how I usually don't do it. Just a little preface before we get started. Please do not take any of these things as solid set in stone rules. They are merely suggestions from a seasoned pinup pro. And this is all just kind of how I do my own makeup and how I do makeup on other people, not necessarily how you have to do it to be beautiful. I'm sure you guys have tips and tricks of your own that work for you and work for your face shape. These are just very general rules. So hopefully this helps you guys, especially you girls that are struggling a little bit to get your pinup face down. And let's get started. So my first tip is with foundation, so it's not as easy to see, but I like to end my foundation on my jawline instead of taking it all the way down on my neck because the jawline is an easier place for it to end. The next one is blush. Now, I know a lot of girls will do blush underneath the cheekbones instead of contouring under here. The problem is that blush is pink, and pink means flushed, and you do not flush underneath your cheekbones. So instead of doing the makeup underneath the cheekbones like this, I do blush on the apples of the cheeks, and I just start right in the center in a sort of circular shape, and then I blend out and up from there instead of doing a solid streak right under the cheekbones. And this is what makes you look more naturally flushed and less covered in blush in a weird place. So now let's talk eyeshadow primer. I am using this primer by MAC, and I always use an eyeshadow primer. I cover my entire lid from my lashes to my brows, and this is really going to help that eyeshadow stick. It's going to make the pigment stronger, it's going to make it last longer, it's going to keep it from creasing. So this trick is to always use eyeshadow primer when you are using eyeshadow. You can already see the white is sticking to it really brilliantly. And this is what happens when you don't use an eyeshadow primer. The white just doesn't stick as well. Now, if you have a good white, which I am using, it will stick better than cheap whites, but if you have a cheap white, it will not stick if you don't use a primer. Also, the good thing about a primer is it covers up the discoloration. So my next trick is with eyeshadow, and when I'm using the darker eyeshadow, I always keep it in the crease of my eye. I keep it off of my brow bone and I keep it off of my lower lid, and this gives you that really sexy sort of pinup eye. And be sure you blend really well. You don't actually want a solid cut crease, you just want it to be blended just in the crease. What you don't want with pinup makeup is a smoky eye, and if you put that darker shadow on your lower lid at all, it's going to end up looking like a smoky eye. The other thing is if you have small eyes and you put this darker shadow on your lower lid, it's just going to make your eyes look smaller. And in pinup, you want big, beautiful eyes, so the more you can keep off of that lower lid, the better it's going to be for your final look. Another thing to avoid is shimmery eyeshadow, and I am using the shimmery shadow from the Gwen Stefani palette, and anything that's shimmery or gold or flecky or sparkly just isn't very traditional pinup. It's also going to age your face a little bit, so I always stay away from sparkle and do matte only. So now we're going to do brows, and I am using a brow wax. Now you want to make sure that you keep your pinup brows very straight. Obviously they have an arch, so there'll be a little bit of a roundness there, but this beginning part of your brow should be very straight, and the inside of your brow should be sort of soft and faded and not harsh. So I'm making the bottom line of my brows the harshest part, and then everything from there up is sort of faded and soft. And with pinup brows, you also want to pull them out a little bit farther past where they go naturally or past where they are comfortable naturally. So this is what not to do. You don't want your brows to be really round. And instead of pulling them out really nicely, I'm just ending them where my natural brows end. So basically, I am rounding out the flat part of my eyebrow, fat, stubby little sausage eyebrows instead of pretty, long, graceful eyebrows. The other thing you want to avoid is doing a really, really dark, solid line on the inside of your brow. You want your eyebrows to be soft and feminine. You do not want your eyebrows to be aggressive. So let's talk eyeliner. I am using this liquid liner by The Balm, and when I do my liner, I like to start in the inner corner, use little short strokes, and I'm actually going to draw the line above my natural lash line. And this gives me the thickness that I want right from the start, and it allows me to keep that line really straight. I also wing out my liner according to my bottom lash line, wing it up, and then I attach it on the top and keep it really straight. I'm also making the end of the wing really finely pointed, and I'm not making it too big. I'm not trying to go for that super crazy big dramatic eye. I just want a nice vintage cat eye. So here's my eyeliner don'ts. If you start along your lash line and don't try to draw the line above the lash line, what happens is you get the wavy line. And I'm sure you guys have all seen the memes where your eyeliner gets thicker and thicker and thicker because you keep trying to add more eyeliner to make it straight, and it's harder to do it this way. So I'm actually gonna stop at this thickness right here for the sake of not looking insane. But you can see, even for me, it is harder for me to do it this way. Another thing you don't want to do is to actually draw a curve in your eyeliner. So if you curve it up too much, what's gonna happen is it looks good when your eye is closed, but when your eye opens and you look straight ahead, you have like weird sort of upside down C-shaped eyeliner. And it just looks weird, and it's not as sort of graceful and flattering as nice straight eyeliner is. Also, too, you want to make sure that your point is nice and pointy and not rounded on the end. Get an eyeliner that's really liquidy, and this will help you to keep that point nice and sharp and not round. You also want to avoid doing eyeliner on your bottom lashes. What eyeliner on your bottom lashes or lash line is going to do is make your eyes look smaller, and that is what we are avoiding in this whole thing. So what I do instead is I put mascara on my lashes, and I put them on the top lashes, and I also put them on the bottom lashes. And you can see the difference in putting mascara on your bottom lashes and then actually putting eyeliner on the bottom. It gives you a little bit of definition, especially in pictures, but it doesn't close your eye. And you do definitely want to put mascara on before fake lashes. So I have these two types of fake lashes. These lashes are a nice sort of soft, feathery, the outer lashes are winged out to go with that winged eyeliner. And then the second lashes are a very edgy, trendy, funky fashion lash. So you want to make sure you have the right lash for the pinup look. You can tell the difference in both of them. So now let's talk about lip liner or lipstick, either one. I like to just line my natural lips. I don't overline too much. If I do, it's just a little teeny tiny bit, or just to over accentuate the shape of my lips. So I stay pretty true to my lip shape. Now, if you go outside of your lip shape, what happens is what I call porn mouth. And basically, your lips have a natural lip ridge. If you line outside of that lip ridge, looks fine in pictures, but in person, you can see it. The second you move your mouth, you can see automatically that there is lipstick on your face and not on your lips. So I just avoid overdrawing my lips in general. If you have small lips, it's okay. It's not the end of the world. Play your eyeballs up. It's what I do, and it doesn't look terrible. So hopefully you guys found that useful. Like I said, these are not set in stone rules. You can definitely do your makeup however the heck you want to do your makeup. Please do not do your makeup like I have my makeup done right now. You want both sides to match generally. But yeah, hopefully you found this useful. If you guys have any other sort of tips or tricks or do's or don'ts to share with each other, please do it in the comments below. I'm always happy to see you guys being helpful to each other. Thank you guys for watching. If you have more ideas for me on new videos, please also leave them in the comments below. I read and consider all of my comments and all of my suggestions. Love you guys, and see you on the next one.